have to start with the bad news. We are unhealthy as a nation. 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease, 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men will develop cancer, 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050, and 1 in 5 children are obese. And our children are more harmed by poor diet than exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. And the reason these things are happening, you guys, it's environmental toxins are increasing, right? We're all surrounded by them. Things like pollution, water contaminants, pesticides, prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, chemicals, skincare products, hair care products, and plastics, just to name a few. Food quality is decreasing while the toxins are increasing. Our food quality is decreasing, so it's like the perfect storm. More than 50% of what Americans are eating is processed food. It's preservatives, flavor enhancers, synthetic vitamins, growth hormones, GMOs, less nutrition, pesticides, trans fats, artificial colors. Even broccoli can lose 50 to 80% of key nutrients before we even purchase it. So these are just some things that we can control, right? So we have control of these things. And exercise, we need to be getting enough exercise, just moving our bodies every day, right? Sleeping 7 to 8 hours. We know that's when we rest and restore our body, right? Managing stress is a huge one. Stress is a silent killer. Drinking enough water, half our body weight in ounces of water is so important. Using safer products in your home and eating real food, right? So that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on, because experts agree that most diseases are preventable with good nutrition. So I love this slide. It's oxidative stress and antioxidants, right? So the bad news is that oxidative stress, we all have it, right? Where it's called aging and disease. I love how Dr. Sears calls it, when he's talking to kids, it's like rusting in the body. Our bodies are rusting, right? So like the one side of the apple here is turning brown, right? So it's oxidized. But the good news is, like the other side of the apple that looks fresh and new because they poured lemon juice on it, we have a way to protect our cells from this oxidative stress. And it's called antioxidants. It's fruits and vegetables, and they protect our cells. We basically can reverse that aging process by eating more fruits and vegetables, which is really exciting. And that's why, the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you. It's that they're so good for you that they could save your life. Now, you guys can put this in the chat. How many of you, are eating 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day? Okay. We actually need to be eating 7 to 13, you guys. And if you're an athlete, you're an athlete if you're working out 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 times a week for more than 45 minutes. Okay. So if you're doing that, you're considered an athlete, and you need 18 to 20 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And you probably ask, well, why so many, right? So it's the same reason. Our food is not what it used to be, right? Produce is picked before nutrition is fully developed. It's transported thousands of miles away. And 90% of Americans, we don't eat enough servings. We don't get enough variety of the rainbow either. We're usually eating the things that, we like, potatoes. And you see those green bananas there, right? They're picked before they're even ripe. And then let me tell you, they're not ripening more on the way to the store. They're oxidizing, right? So most of us know we're not getting what we need from our food, right? So we look to a multivitamin, right? But I want to talk about the difference between a multivitamin versus whole food, right? So the multivitamin, you see the picture on the left, the supplement facts label, right? It's about a handful of isolated vitamins, fractionated. They're man-made in a lab. Our body doesn't necessarily know how to process those things, right? So versus an apple has about approximately 10,000 different phytonutrients all working together in synergy, right? And the research actually shows that isolated vitamins may do more harm than good. So if you ask me, getting back to the basics of eating more fruits and vegetables is really what we need. Why is it not working? There we go. Okay. And Amanda, are you on?
I am.
Yay, you're here. Okay, yay.
Yeah.
I'll pass it to you, girly.
There was, sometimes you have technical issues and you just got to roll with it. So
we're glad you made
yes.
it. Yay.
Yeah. So I am Amanda Van Laningham, and I really found Juice Plus for the tower is how I originally found Juice Plus, right? And so, but I was a holistic health coach before doing anything with Juice Plus. And so finding the towers is just, I use it in a whole bunch of different ways. And what I like about, we've redone some pictures. And so I kind of feel like it's this like story time, right? And so you can see the picture of the towers at the bottom. I have a greenhouse with a whole bunch of towers in it, but it's not the only thing that I use, right? So I'm utilizing Juice Plus in so many ways because I use it myself. My family and I are using it daily and have been for a long time. And just, but I think that the biggest thing to show, so I'm realizing that when you show somebody like a change of something, it it's more impactful, right? And so if you look down at the bottom, there is, of course, in the corner is my pig, who is the love of my life. Well, the second now, because the one at the very top corner is probably my first, my granddaughter. So, um, so, but anyway, next to my pig Einstein is a little dog, and if you look, you can see the picture on the left hand side is, they're both him, and we got him. He was super sick. Like when I tell you he was on death's door, it's true. He was barely moving. He lost all of his hair. Like they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I decided to use my knowledge, with my sister kind of showing me, like encouraging me because she's in school to be a vet. And so she told me what I could and couldn't do, when I work with clients, right? So what I would tell somebody else to do and what I've used on myself and my own family. But I use Juice Plus on him. And so he is a Juice Plus dog. And so I was giving him that every single day, the fruit and the vegetable. And you see what he looks like over here. Juice Plus is a huge testament. Now there's a couple of other things that I did, right? But Juice Plus is a huge testament to fixing something from the core, like getting to the root problem, and really just, um like getting to the root and then working on it from the inside out. And so I really am finding that the more you can show people things of, like, you can see the major difference. He's active now. You would not know that he came from a horrible start. And so I just really, it's not just for people, right? Now they can't have everything, but the fruit and vegetable they can have the omega. They can't have the berry because there's stuff in it that dogs can't have, but they can have all the rest of it. And so, just like it can heal, like nutrition is good for all of us. And so I cannot speak enough on how much I love Juice Plus as a whole because it's whole food, right? And so, the tower, love the tower, couldn't speak enough about the tower. And it's educating. Like all of these things are educating. The more that we can educate ourselves, which really brings me to the education you can get from the company, is I have learned so much, and I thought I knew a lot coming into this, but there's so much information out there. And so if any of these things are something that you're curious about, I mean, you can see events, you can do, there's so many things that you can do. Or classes from doing things that I've learned through Juice Plus. So there's just so many opportunities in different ways that you want to go. It's not the same for every person. And then, yeah, we can go to the next slide, Jesse.
Sure.
You want to take it from here?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for sharing, Amanda. Sorry. That was
Yeah, no. So we're kind of like, me jumping on late is just kind of, we're trying to like keep it going for sure.
I get it.
But
What's going on, girly? So you guys are probably
yeah,
wondering, okay, what are we talking about, right? So
yes,
plus Juice
that's right.
Plus adds the nutrition from over 30 fruits and vegetables and berries to your diet. It's whole foods. It's harvested at the peak of ripeness, so the nutrition is intact. The produce is pulverized and dried into powders at very low temperatures to preserve that nutrition. And then the plant powders are put into delicious chewables or capsules. They're made of tapioca, so everything is plant-based. It's all so good for you. We do plants really well. And then we have a full spectrum vegan plant-based omega blend that uses omega-rich algae, berries, and seeds instead of the fish. So I love that they're going around the middleman there, right? Fish don't make omegas themselves, they eat them. So we're going around and getting it from the purest source, right? So, okay, I call Juice Plus is like our micros, right? The little stuff that we're always forgetting about. And their shakes, these are whole food shakes. They're amazing. You guys, I'm addicted. We have an entire recipe cookbook dedicated to them too. But these are the macros, right? Your protein, your fats, and your carbs. They're vegan, they're made with non-GMO ingredients, they're gluten and dairy free, 13 grams of protein. They're a great source of fiber, they're low glycemic, so they're not going to spike your blood sugar. And they have all of this goodness in it: broccoli sprouts, radish, alfalfa, chickpea, millet, quinoa, amaranth, pea protein, rice protein, water wash soy, mushrooms. And the safety of soy, I know there's a lot of controversy around the soy topic, but believe it or not, there's like 90 different types of soy. Soy is a superfood if you get the right kind of soy. So our soy is the best you can find. It's whole soybeans, it's minimally processed, and that's what's found in Juice Plus Complete. And as Dr. Kim Dazell says, it is the best and most balanced defense against disease. And Juice Plus is unique, you guys. It's whole food. It's not a multivitamin like we were talking about. It's got a food label, even our shakes, food label, nutrition label, made with non-GMO ingredients. They're vegan, they're kosher, gluten and dairy free. Number two, so these are the three things that make us different from anything else out there. It's food. Number two is it's NSF certified. We have a third-party certification that guarantees what is on that label is exactly what we're getting into our bodies, right? So there's no banned substances, molds, metals, contaminants of any kind. There's also an NSF for sports certified capsules for professional athletes as well, if you're competing. And number three, it is the most researched nutritional name brand product in the world, with over 40 peer-reviewed published clinical studies. And I love that our company is so ethical, that they make us put these slides in here, right? That we're not about making claims. We're not about treating or curing any kind of specific conditions or diseases. It's simply helpful plant-based nutrition, highly concentrated to deliver a powerful nutritional punch. And it's supported by over 20 years of clinical research. And what that research has found, you guys, it is gold standard. So it's attracted thousands of, hospitals and doctors around the world. Okay. It's attracted thousands of doctors. It's because of this research that's gold standard method. It's randomized, double blind, placebo controlled. It's tested on the product itself in human clinical trials, published in peer reviewed medical journals, and it's ethical. So you may recognize some of these universities or hospitals here. We have Yale, we have Vanderbilt, King's College, University of Florida. And like I said, it's attracted thousands of doctors and healthcare professionals from around the world. This is why all of these studies that we have on Juice Plus shows the following. It contributes to cardiovascular wellness, supports a healthy inflammatory response, supports quality of life, healthy cholesterol, LDL, and triglyceride metabolism. It supports, it positively impacts your gut microbiome and your digestive health, which is huge. That was a new study that just came out, because we know that, our gut health is really your overall health, and it's the variety of plants that you get into your body is what impacts your gut health, right? So it supports healthy lung function, healthy skin and gums, your immune system, maintaining a healthy DNA, reduces the oxidative stress that we talked about, doing reverse aging. And we know it's getting absorbed into the body, unlike multivitamins, right? Which usually end up being expensive urine, right? And then we also have a new study that shows it improves several key cognitive processes. And I love what Dr. Richard DuBois says here. There is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that's been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. And this is what I get excited about, you guys. We get to give Juice Plus to kids for free. And I love that I get to be a part of this company and this community, because it's just, this is where my heart is. I know Amanda is the same way. She loves to help, little ones, and it starts within, right? And this is why we get to give it to kids for free, right? Because we have, I think it's over 2 million, maybe 4 million families that are enrolled in this study, but the parents were reporting their kids were eating more fruits and vegetables. They were consuming less fast foods and soft drinks, visiting the doctor less, and taking less medication and prescription drugs. So who wouldn't get excited about that, right? And then if you're really looking to jumpstart your health, I know Amanda and I are doing a shred coming up soon. So if you're interested in learning more about the shred, reach out to us. But this is really a great way to just jumpstart your health, right? So if you're looking for a program like that, it's kind of working in conjunction with your Juice Plus, and it's about, reducing the bad habits and adding in more good. So that's really all it is. Super simple. Anybody can do it. It's just 10 days. We have 10 guidelines, group coaching, free resources, cookbooks galore, um, uh, support and fun. It's just a great community all around. It really is. And it's important to understand too. So I know we're not necessarily shredding weight, right? Even though most people do notice, they see that. We are shredding the food, toxins, and habits that aren't serving us anymore. So a lot of people don't know that, but our fat and
Can
our
I
oh yeah, go ahead. I know
Can
you.
I, no, I just want to add something to that's really kind of sticking out to me as we're preparing to do this next week. So if you're interested in learning at all, please reach out to the person who invited you to this, and they can get you in contact with us so we can get you more information. But talking about, it's not focused on weight, right? But some people do lose some because of it, because of the toxin that you're getting rid of. But what I'm realizing today is really just the mental clarity that you're going to get because of that. And so you're shredding some maybe even like the thought process, right? And so it can go in so many multitude of ways. And so just you're more focused, and your thought process, and just how shifts can happen. And when we're focusing on our health and being intentional, we just have more clarity.
I love
And
that.
so that kind of came to me earlier.
Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like our bodies are smart, right? Our fat is actually our body's protective mechanism. Our fat holds
Yeah.
on to those toxins that we're all surrounded by, and it prevents them from going into our vital organs. So if we can kind of help your body to, one, reduce those toxins that we talked about in the beginning of the call, and add in better habits like eating more fruits and vegetables that help you to detox those toxins, that will, like Amanda said, like it's amazing what the body can do when you give it what it needs to thrive. Your body can do amazing things, and it'll come back into balance. So that's kind of the goal with the shred. Healthy habits, right? And we can all adopt them and keep it going if we want. So and then our tower garden. Amanda, do you want to talk about tower gardens? I know you love them.
Yeah, sure. I do love towers. So you can see that really the future of growing is really a tower garden, because it's so easy. It uses 98% less water and 98% less space, 30% more yield. It grows 3 times faster, and it's safe and nutritious. And so it really, you can see by both of these pictures on both sides, right? So one has lights on it, and you can use either one of these indoors or outdoors. But ideally, the home is more geared towards indoors, because it comes with the lights, and it's a little bit smaller, so it can fit in multiple places. And the other one over here, the Flex, is geared towards outside because it holds a little bit more water. Has it's just bigger, right? And so you can put it outside. But the lights, I want to make sure that I point out that the lights are interchangeable. So the middle part of the towers is the same size on both of them, and you can interchange those lights. So if you want a bigger one, but you want the lights, that's an option that you have. If you want to grow your own food because you don't want to go to the grocery store, this is what you need to do. If you like gardening but you don't like weeding, yeah, this is the way. Like, there's no weeding involved, there's no dirt involved. It is literally air and water, and it is a fantastic system, and it gets people's attention. So it's great to have in your home and have people over, because it's an easy way. It really is an easy way to get to talk about healthy habits, because it's like a futuristic thing, right? And so somebody comes in, I have one in my kitchen, and it's like I have a salad bar in my kitchen. And so people come over, and they're like, what in the world? And they ask a lot of questions, and I love talking about it. So it's a great way to get conversations started about health, because I don't walk around telling, people what they should and shouldn't be doing, obviously, right? But when they start asking, they're like, wait, you're eating from this, and then it turns into more things like, well, okay, what else do you do? And so it's a great way to start conversations. So yeah, I love the tower. I can't talk enough about it. You will make back your money. Um,
6 months.
very quickly. That's right. So very, very quickly, and
Learned
it
that last
pays for
night,
itself.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
And so it's a great investment, and you have to look at it like that. It's you going to the grocery store less. It's a great investment.
Thanks,
So
Amanda.
you know what your family's getting. Yeah.
So true. And I love that there's research on them too, that's more safer and more nutritious, the food that you're growing as well. So, oh yeah, I get to share my story with you guys. So I'm Jessie Lipicki. I know I said that in the beginning. I used to be a nutrition coach. Long story short, so I'm 34 now, but in my 20s, I was actually very unhealthy. I have my 10-year challenge in the top left corner there. I was diagnosed with something called PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I was overweight, had very painful and severe acne, as you can see in the picture. And then I had a friend that introduced me just, a better way of living, just incorporating more plants into your body. I ended up going plant-based. And I found out, I lost weight. I felt so good. My acne cleared up. And I found out I reversed my PCOS, which I didn't even know was possible, right? The doctors don't talk about that. They just want to put you on a pill. But, and then, you know, later in, I guess a few years later, someone introduced me to Juice Plus, and all my light bulbs were going off when I wish someone shared with me, because it just made sense to me. I got it right away. I knew the more plants that I could get into my body, that the better that my body would function. So I said yes right away. We got everything. We flood our bodies with this nutrition every day. We don't miss it. This is my Juice Plus baby here, Daniel. I had an amazing pregnancy with him. He loves fruits and vegetables. And that was the other thing that we noticed too. Within our first week, we had more energy. We were doing so good with our races. We're not competitive right now after baby. We got to get back to it, but I'll never forget. I felt like I had so much more of a competitive advantage. I was, keeping my band. I felt like we had more endurance. And more energy. And then we noticed a year later that we just weren't getting sick anymore either. We used to be those people. I would get colds back to back to back. My husband would get sinus infections, and that just didn't happen anymore. And it was throughout the entire, I've been a part of the company for 4 years today, you guys, 4 years. Oh my gosh, and that's today. But that we noticed that a year later, through COVID and everything, we didn't get sick anymore. So and it's not a coincidence, because we have research that shows that it supports your immune system. So that's why we got started. I know when we got started too, we couldn't afford our Juice Plus, so we had to find a way to pay for it. And so I was so excited about it. I just knew too many people that I knew needed to hear about this. I just saw it immediately as a gift. I was just going to share it with people. And if they didn't get it, then that's fine, And so I started sharing it, and I got my Juice Plus paid for, and then it kind of just snowballed from there into something really beautiful. And now I'm one level away from the very top of the company. And it's just been an incredible journey. I never knew that I needed. And I love that quote too. It's like a personal growth journey cleverly disguised as a business. It's not about the destination, but it's about the journey, right? So the people that I've met along this journey, Amanda, and I think Doug is on the call, the Farrars, you don't know what you don't know, but this community, it has saved my life. We call it the best health club ever. And I would really be doing you guys a disservice, if I didn't share a little bit more about the company as well. So I'll do that briefly. But Jay Martin, he's our founder and president. He's still at the head of the ship. We've been around, you guys, 50 years, since 1970. And our mission has been to inspire healthy living around the world, and to build a stable and lasting company that helps as many people as possible realize their dreams. And our company mission is very simple. We're plant products, right? We do that well, and that's all we do, right? We focus on what we know. And we're the most research nutritional product in the world. And we're a global company. We're in 25 countries around the world. Our business model is unique too, you guys. This is exciting because it's only $52 to get started, and you get to work from anywhere. It's residual income, because I'm still getting paid on, customers that ordered 4 years ago. It's supplemental income. It's part-time. There's no inventory for quality reasons. Everything gets shipped from the company. There's low overhead, as you can see. We get business websites support. The commission levels are permanent. We even have a business investment bonus. We have benefits packages, which I love talking about. We have medical, dental, vision, life insurance, long-term disability, chiropractic care, family tuition reimbursement. We even have Christmas bonuses and monthly expense allowances. It's really all of the qualities of a top business opportunity, you guys. And I love that our company gives back too. This gets me excited. We're the number one, the title sponsor for the St. Jude's Memphis Marathon Weekend, which is the largest fundraising event for St. Jude's. And we also pledge a Tower Garden to every Boys and Girls Club in North America. And we donate 10 million complete meals through the Volunteers of America and Children's Hunger Fund. So Juice Plus, they reward you for sharing with others. And that's what's beautiful about this, and again, our company's ethical. They make us throw these in here. We're not making claims. We know it's not for everybody, but we know if you guys knew me, you would know anybody could do this, right? It's just the harder and harder that you work, it's the more you can earn, right? So everybody gets paid that 10%, from the start off of your order. So like, even if you just want to, you have a big family, you want to get your 10%, you want to get that rebate back for your own order. It does financially make sense for everybody. So yeah, and I just wanted to show this slide too. We always have amazing, amazing events happening in our community. If you see anything you like here that you would like to be invited to, we have Dr. Phillips, we have pharmacist Casey Slosh, Dr. Joseph Pohl. We have a Tower Garden call. We have Nurse Wendy Campbell, you name it. Like, we always have so much amazing education inside this community. So please reach out to the person that invited you if you'd like to learn more and be invited to any of these events. And we would love to have you. And thank you so much for coming. We're so excited that you were here. And I'll just stop the recording and